What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft Amplified Survival. Man, oh man, that intro, I need some work. I recorded it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm just like, I don't like the way that sounds. No, do it again. I don't like the way that sounds. And you know what? I did it so many times this time, I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to keep it. We're going to move on. Oh my goodness. So, yes, we are on to our shorter episode, so to speak, or I don't even know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I feel like 10 minutes. What can you do in 10 minutes? It's probably going to be longer than 10 minutes. But anyway, I just went through, I read all the comments from last episode. Wow. It was probably one of my favorite episodes to read comments on in a long time. It was super cool. Really good participation. Really good. It was really interesting to like hear all your guys' Halloween stories. I had a lot of fun reading it. I don't even know. I feel like saying some of them what they were. They just made me chuckle. Anywho, the main reason I was reading through the comments is to find out. I couldn't wait to hear what people had to say about this room. I'm so sick of this room. I'm so like, this is not even important. I don't know why it's been such like a bane on my existence. And you know what? There's only like 3 or 4 comments about it. Some of them saying this looks fine, move on. Other ones saying, a lot of people have been saying they do not like the granite. You know what? I don't like it either. I really don't. It reminds me from Modded. If you watch Modded, some of you do, some of you don't. But it reminds me of that flesh block. Remember like the flesh block? Why are things invisible? Reminds me of the meat block. I don't really like it. Like, if it was a little more red or a little bit more pink or a little bit more something, I guess it does kind of realistically look like granite in real life, but hey, I'm not a huge fan. So maybe this room would just be easier if instead of having to worry about introducing a new color, I just stuck with the old colors, and then it wouldn't feel weird to add in like spruce. Or some people said I should add jungle to match this better. That probably would be a thing, but I don't like jungle wood either, to be honest. I don't like things that are just, I don't know. I don't like it. I like acacia. It is a little obnoxious, but I like it. But I do not like granite. So I think this already, starting to like it better already. So get rid of the granite. I know some of you are probably like, no, I've been wanting to use granite. You finally use it, and now you pick it up. Well, I'm sorry. Had to do it. And we're running low on diorite. And what am I doing crafting like this? I'm a goofball. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and it's Saturday night right now. I know I have not had to record a video on a Saturday night. And I don't know how long, and I don't want to like act like mean to had to, but I was just going through the list of how many things, what am I doing? How many things, this is why I don't build while I'm recording, because I'm just like, as if it's not bad enough that it's 2 in the morning, but I don't want to depress you guys. I love being here. It's so great being here, and it's actually kind of fun, because normally on a Saturday night, I'm usually watching TV, or else I'm out somewhere with my girlfriend at probably one of her like sister's house or brother's house, or one of her friends, or going to the movies, going out to dinner, or, you know, wasting money like couples do. And she is giving me a hassle about this. She's like, I understand that you're stressed out and you have to do so much. I think this feels weird now. This feels kind of weird now, but I think that it's better. You know, maybe quartz would look better. You know, this is... Gotta stop. And you know what? This might be neat. What if I did this? See, that matches with that. That matches with that. Knock this out. Will those pop back to me? Yes, they will. Okay. I'm kind of liking that, except that stripe doesn't match to this side. See, this is what I'm talking about. I really should knock them out, move the room one more over, build this wall better. Everything will be more symmetrical. It will feel better. It will look better. I could do this. This is why I don't build. I just do it over and over and over and over again. Where'd that go? Come back. Don't you want to be my friend? Come back to me. But yes, I can rebuild a room like 100,000 times. Slipgator always gets on my case about this. I feel like that stuff just got deleted, or did it get sent up to the surface? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It's gone. Au revoir. Peace out. That's about the only two goodbyes I know. 2 different languages, DMAC and French, I think. Oh, wow. This is going to be an interesting video. Oh, my goodness. And I messed that up. Although that looks kind of nice. Stop it. Stop it. No more. No more. Okay. So today, different things that we need to get going on, that we need to do. We need to start building upstairs on the place that's visible. Another thing Slipgator always yells at me at. He's like, why do you build your bases as holes in the ground that no one can see? That's like the worst thing you could do as a YouTuber. Nobody's going to see your base. It's because I don't care. This is like my comfort zone. So I'm going to continue on with it. But there is a semi-important reason to be here. We did find a slime chunk. We did have, in a video not so long ago, we found a slime that spawned in our base, which was pretty cool. I do have to admit, it was pretty cool to find. And apparently, I haven't looked on like a mist or anything yet. But apparently, it's kind of not the most common thing. And I think Azumavoid did actually look on a mist to find his slime chunks. And I guess there may only be 2 slime chunks in our hermit town. So hey, if I'm living in one of them, might as well take advantage of it. Let's make like a mini slime farm. Nothing overkill. I know Exumavoid is making one that's like a quad chunk slime farm, and it's crazy nutballs. I know, but that doesn't really help me much because you have to, it's far enough away that it doesn't go in on render distance of like everyone that's here in the town. If we've got one that's right here and it's collecting spawns when other people are online and I'm not, hey, a single chunk is just fine for me. Even if it's like a super mini micro farm. That's pretty good because we'll get slime and not even have to sit there. I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves about vanilla is how many things you really kind of need to be AFK about. And like, to me, that's not fun. That's not really playing the game as much. Like, if you actually, as a player, have to be there and just sit doing nothing overnight, I don't know. I mean, how many other games are like that where you have to sit and be in the game but not do anything? I mean, in most cases, that would be kind of considered cheating. So, I mean, do you feel that way about vanilla? I mean, I know most people are going to say no, because it's like common practice to do that. But I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like playing a game. It doesn't feel like playing a game when you have to do things like that. Stay logged in overnight. For friends, at that point, why don't you just pay people to do it for you? I don't know, I'm kind of going off in a rant there, but we're going to have to do some rant stuff for the next couple days. For me, it'll probably be all in 1 or 2 days, but for you guys, the next couple days. Anyway, this is probably cleared out enough. I did not expect to plop into the mining shafts yet, and I'm surprised there's not more mini slimes that have been spawning in down here. So hopefully this is the right chunk. Why don't we do that right now? My base is at level 38, I think, is the floor. So we're right. Slimes can go up to 40 for the spawn in. Let's hit F3. We are at 38. Yes, I was right. And it's kind of new how they have the whole chunk things. Since the last time I played and really paid attention to it, that's actually super duper nice. I don't remember if the slime was in this room or this room when it spawned in though, but I think this is all part of the same chunk. Oh, that's so perfect. So the chunks, one of the chunks start right here. And it goes up to up here. So we're going to have to dig that a little bit bigger. Then this way, this does go over 2 chunks. So it's a possibility the slime is actually over here. But we're going to treat it like the slime's in this chunk. And instead of going into a mist and or slime chunk locator finder, why don't we just see if a slime spawns in here based on this chunk that we're digging out right now. So that's right. In fact, it's very nice that I have the room up there that I can actually just see. And hopefully you guys can see. It's really hard with YouTube videos because once you actually put a video in up on YouTube, it gets darker. It gets a significant amount darker. And a lot of people were not complaining, but talking about last episode how I did change the brightness. If you didn't notice, when we were in the nether, and I tried to do it when we were underwater in editing, I changed the brightness. I didn't really pay much attention to how much. I put it way up. But I didn't clip it out at the exact right time. So it made, when I wasn't in the nether or wasn't underwater, it looked really bright. So don't worry. I normally never touch my settings. I was actually kind of proud of myself to notice that, to even think of doing that. But yeah, it always stinks when you have a YouTube video. I hate watching other people's videos and it's black. And it's just come on, man, really? Did you not even look at the video when you uploaded it or edited it? I don't know. I usually watch my entire video back when I edit. 99% of the time I don't change much. I'm not one of those guys where I'm oh, I just sounded stupid, let's edit that out. I don't really do that. I make sure sometimes I re-record a clip, and I want to make sure that I don't have that clip, that same thing that I did in twice. Sometimes things just don't come out the way I want, or I get a phone call or whatever. So, and then I forget I should be deleting it immediately, but I don't always. So yes, I can already tell this is going to be a ramble fest. And I'm sorry that we're doing all this, and I'm going to try and not apologize for apologizing and going over and over. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to clip out for a moment because it's really hard for me to pay attention to this and also attempt to hold up a conversation. So let's cut out. Let's get this chunk all dug out and see how we do if we get any slime spawning in. All right, I think I got the dimensions right. Let's take a look. So in F3, we have 15 and 0. Okay, so this one should be 15 and 15. Cool. This one is 0 and 15, and then this one will be 0, 0. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So hopefully this is the chunk that the slimes are actually going to spawn in. We'll find out pretty quickly if it's not, if we're just seeing nothing. But we should dig this up just so that we get enough headroom. I believe that 4 blocks should be... this is the back of one of my buildings. This is the back of that room. I threw torches there. This was... In fact, I don't even know what that is right there. That should be... this is from the middle of our... These are crafting tables. These are where the chests are, right here. And then, yeah, this is just the back of the chests. So, we'll find out pretty quickly whether we get a spawn or not. And I think with 4 blocks of space, that should be way more than enough to get the max size. I always forget this every time I do a slime farm. I've done them several times. I always forget whether you're required 3 blocks or 4 blocks for the big slime. It's another one of those things where I should have checked before recording and then I forget. I'm really not good at remembering stuff offhand, though. I generally have to go back and look at my cheat sheet, whether it's something I figured out myself or I just look up on a wiki. I don't know. I'm just like that. If I don't do something regularly, I forget it. Things come back to me fairly quickly, but just not a great memory offhand for everything. Not one of those. I'm far from the, what do they call it? The perfect memory, eidetic memory. You know, like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Anyway, just, man, the stuff I'm rambling about. I'd normally be in a cut right now, but I realize don't have time for that. And I should really, I always assume that everyone that's watching my video, like today, has seen my previous video, and that's really not the case. Every day we have hundreds of new people that come in to subscribe in the channel. And I want to say welcome, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you, and now I will make you suffer. But yeah, what's going on right now, guys, is I have a vacation that I'm going to be away for a week. I'm going to the Caribbean with my girlfriend and her family, and we are running short on time, just not enough time. I have to really kind of push whatever I can, and normally I would just not upload for that time, and which is kind of devastating for a YouTube channel. Like, I was so almost debating just saying, go on vacation without me. I can't afford it. Because I am doing this full time now. And it's been amazing. It's been awesome. And it really hasn't been much of an issue. But when it comes to times like on vacation, you know, when you want to go and take a week off, or if you're sick, I don't get, you know, you don't get paid for that. And I mean, not that I'm a big money grubber, that I really care, but, you know, when you get hit by a large amount for your income each month, it can be stressful. Because, you know, you got to eat, you got to pay your bills, got to pay that internet bill. Most importantly, most people would say you got to pay your car loan. That's more important than your house loan or your apartment or anything. Because you can live in your car, but you can't drive to work in your house. And that's like... That's a pretty smart saying, I think. A lot of people don't always realize that, how important a car is. However, for me, I work from home, so a car is not important. But my internet bill, that's the thing that I gotta remember to pay every month, no matter what. No matter what. And man, those internet companies, they just get you. They rob you half the time. I don't know. It seems like it's overpriced half the time. I really wish I had fiber optics offered in my area. I've been pretty happy with my performance. I use Comcast, and they've been pretty good. I get that's the other thing when you're a YouTuber. The upload speed is what matters. Download, who cares? Upload speed, because that's how fast you can upload a video. I used to use AT&T, which I was not happy with. They were not a, you got to have at least cable. At least cable. You can't go with DSL or whatever glorified DSL that AT&T was through the phone line, or I don't even know what they go through, but I know they can't offer you good upload speeds. And a lot of companies can't, but I do have to pay a good bit extra, but I get 10 up, which for cable is pretty decent. I could even go faster if I wanted to do a like personal line. Like, I don't use their business class or whatever. They just rob you for money. But for personal, that's pretty good. And I've been pretty happy with that speed. I wouldn't need to be any faster. It takes me, I don't know, about 20 minutes to upload a video, 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the length. So anyway, again, I'm sure you guys are all loving hearing about all this random stuff while we dig. And I'm when I start talking and rambling, I forget what I'm doing. We already went too far down. So I think this should be good enough for a test. I might as well dig out the rest of this floor since I already started. But isn't this fun? You're like, yay! We're going to watch you dig out a big thing of blocks. You know how I was talking about how a lot of times I'll scrap recordings and I just won't use that footage? Probably this would be normally that footage that I'd scrap. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? And that's... Who's seen the movie? It's one of my favorite movies, actually. Because the way the guy thinks in the movie and just is, like, that reminds me so much of myself. And of course, I didn't even... it's called Adaptation. It's made by the same guy that did, or I guess at least wrote, Being John Malkovich. And I feel like that they'd say don't write yourself into your own like movie or script, which I guess I'm doing a Let's Play. How could I not do that? But it feels like it's bad posture. Posture's not even the right word. I struggle for words. I really do. And I've gotten even worse as I've gotten older. I don't read nearly as much as I should, and that's hurt. My girlfriend's Asian. For those of you that didn't know, she is Asian. She's from Laos. She's a Lao. And she doesn't have the best, she doesn't speak the best English. And I find myself, because she's one of the few people that I talk to on a regular basis, my skills of talking have gone way down. In fact, I think some people have actually said that they thought I was Asian in my videos because of the way I talked, or not using plurals, like saying there's many stars in the sky, or I don't know, things like that. Not that that's like a horrible thing or whatever, but I find myself talking like that after, if you hang out with someone that has a different accent than you for a period of time, you start to talk like them. And it's not always the best when it's not like proper grammar. The grammar Nazis just get on me. But yes, I'm rambling. I really should have a face cam for this stuff instead of running around my base. I'm going to cut now and kind of regroup myself and see where we're at for things. Oh, man. So I didn't watch the footage yet. I didn't even look to see how much time I rambled for. But I feel like I'm off to a rough start already. I got to watch myself because I really could ramble on about stuff, especially when I'm tired, for so long. For so long. It kind of reminds me of UHC. In UHC, I can just ramble for the most part, and then you start to lose track of time when you talk to yourself when you're doing videos. And like that's why I like to cut so much, so that I can kind of orient myself, because I can have hours go by and I'll think that, like, to me this feels like it's been 2 minutes, because this is to me about like 2 minutes of progress, or at least like what if I'm doing cuts in a normal video, that's like where things would be. But the actual reality of things is how long it actually takes you. Like, you got to sit through most of this with me. And that's how long doing little, except I do silly stuff and I run back and forth while I talk. But, yeah, I have no idea. So I'm going to go to bed right now. This may end up being the end of the episode, in which case, thank you oh so much for watching, guys. I'll do an outro if it actually is the end. If it's not the end, yeah, we'll try and tidy this up. This actually will work out good, because I can go to bed, and then when I wake up tomorrow, see if there's any slimes in here. And hopefully they don't despawn or anything. In fact, just to double check this, I'm going to dig out just a small strip over here, because this was the end. I'm going to dig out kind of a smaller strip where I wouldn't expect many spawns to happen, but there's the possibility that stuff could spawn in. If I do that, that should be big enough for a big slime. I think just a 3 wide should be enough. So we'll find out tomorrow when I get up and log on. But yeah, I'll try and do better, guys. I really wish that I was able to see this, like, see the reaction to some of this footage, just so I'd be able to kind of gauge myself whether this is something I should or shouldn't be doing. I don't know. I don't know. But it'll also be good to have a good night's rest. Now, here's the lowdown. I know this is probably already like 40 minutes long. I always do this when I say I'm going to do a quick 10-minute video or something. I did this last time when I had to go to a funeral. And I was like, we're going to have 3 quick videos. And it ended up being like 4 3-hour-long videos. But it's just because I didn't cut as much. All right. So let's kind of see how this does. See, little slimes could pop through here, so I'm not going to be able to judge this based on little slimes. But we'll see how this does. We'll see what happens. We'll see if anything spawns in. I think this actually had to go to like there. We'll see if anything spawns in. It's going to be seconds for you, but I'll see you in the morning. Or maybe next episode. Oh man, will he just leave already? So it's like 2 minutes later. I'm gonna do this just to make sure this happens. I threw a whole bunch of stuff to smelt up while we're gone, but yes, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to bury myself in here. And I think that should be good. Nothing should be able to kill us. We got light. Hopefully nobody pranks us, although that might be kind of fun. But we'll see. I'm going to actually just leave this running overnight. And if any slimes do come in, they won't despawn. So that's a good thing. And yeah, we'll see what happens. See you tomorrow. Oh man, so it's the next day. And you know what I realized? I had to rebury myself because I was too close. They wouldn't have spawned in. And I didn't realize this until the next morning. Let me even see. I don't know if I've logged out at all. Yeah, look at all the stuff that's happened since we were gone. Exuma logged in, joined, out, joined, out. He logs in and off a lot. Holy cow. We have Mumbo. Says, hey man, and I say nothing because I'm asleep, of course. Then Zul'jin, then False, then XB, then Slipgator, then Hypno. Oh man, there's a lot of people online right now. Holy cow, it's a full house. Which is kind of good because the spawn cap goes up when there's more people. But anyway, I didn't measure this out. This still might be too close. I think it's far enough away. I think we have to be at least 26 blocks, I think was the number. Another one of those numbers I don't always remember. But chances are we very likely don't have one in either. No! And I've only been logged on AFK up there for about 10 or 20 minutes. So not really a perfect test, but I don't know. We'll let this go. We'll see come next episode or come sometime during this week what actually happens if we actually get any slime spawns. It's also possible that we're already at the mob cap. I'm pretty sure mobs still count part of the hostile mob cap. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Anyway, guys, this is going to conclude things. Thank you oh so much for watching. Sorry we rambled so much today, but I hope you found some of that stuff, I don't know, a little interesting. A couple little tidbits about me. But anyway, on to record the next episode. I think I'm going to see if I can hop into a call with all the people online, or at least someone online. We'll have some fun, maybe adventure or something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. It does support me very, very much on YouTube, and I like it. I like it so much. Help me out in the comments with any information about the slime farm. Of course, I won't be able to see the comments till I get back from my vacation. It sucks. I'm not going to even have, be able to use my phone's internet or anything unless maybe I get Wi-Fi because it will be roaming for me. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. For those of you that are new to the channel, sorry you have to go through this ramble fest. But we had fun. And till next time, thanks for watching and peace out.